how we properly store this information, track this information. What are our legal requirements? What's your practical advice?
So this is, again, I think where we add value, right? I always say to employers, I'm going to keep you compliant. I'm going to keep giving you updates and helping you understand how to customize that for your organization. I'm also going to give you best practices. And that's really where I'm going to pull your HR function from operational, administrative up to strategic. And when it comes to I-9s, here's my best advice. Look, all HR documentation has different storage time frames, where you store it, how you store it. The I-9 is no different. You can store those I-9s either physically, if you are still physically accepting I-9s. Best practice is to have an I-9 binder. Why, you might ask, Mike? The answer to that is because when ICE comes in, I don't want them looking in your employee files. I want them looking only at the I-9. Now, they're not really going to, and they don't have the authority to say, I see some medical forms in the employee folder, or they're not secure, and I'm going to, tattletale on you. But they might, right? Once one government agency sort of has your name because they audited you, what I've seen, and I don't think it's coincidental, but I have no proof, is they do get, audits from, the other, the DOL happens to come in, right after that. So best practice.
That's I've never heard that
if you
before.
are doing your I-9s, I'm sorry?
I said, that's really interesting. I never heard or thought about that before. In my brain, I would have been storing businesses I've been involved in. I did. I stored it all together. I had all my onboarding documentation, all the paperwork associated with a person, one folder no,
sir. No, sir. So the I-9, I recommend you pull it out and you have two binders physical. We'll talk about physical first. One binder, just do it alphabetical. It'll make your life easier. Is active employees, right? So understand, I-9 forms must be kept for either 3 years after the employee's hire date or 1 year after termination date, whichever is later. Okay. I have to remind myself that all the time, right? So your second binder is terminated employees. And ICE is going to, when they audit you, they're going to look at both. Okay. So the reason you are taking those, when an employee terminates, Mike, I'm moving Scott's I-9 into the terminated binder and making sure that I'm keeping it for the time frame that I just said, is so that when that time frame is up, right? So you're going to have to look in your terminated binder weekly, monthly, whatever your cadence is, look in that. What I used to do is say to the employers, look, you just put Scott in there and you know that you can destroy his I-9 a year from today. Okay. Put a calendar, have an Excel spreadsheet, whatever it is that, works best for you to get that out of there and shred it. Okay. Because the less I-9 forms that they have to audit, the better off you're going to be.